Hey everyone, I hope you're well. Respawn has now announced the new Halloween event. It will be dropping on October 15th, so 1 week from now. We have been giving details about how the skins will be available and the new Night King's Canyon game mode. More importantly though, there's a potential sneak peek at Revenant, the next legend, staring us right in the eyes. So I'll show that, and after I'll share details and my thoughts on the new event format. I'm sure you've already seen it already, so I kind of just want to share my opinions. So this looks like Revenant, right? It sure seems like it. It's our first full official sneak peek from Respawn. If you didn't know already, Revenant was leaked as the host or announcer for the Fight or Fright event. Now, what's interesting is this looks like to be some kind of real physical shadow form. So maybe when Revenant changes forms, they actually change appearance too, which would be really insane. Alright, here are some voice clips for the announcer.
I welcome the first blood. Let them hunt. Care package. Wanted? Fight for it. Delivering a scare package. Fear. I love it. Scare package coming for ya. Don't worry, it's almost over. It's nearing the end. We have our Apex champion. They got lucky this time. You're our Apex champions. They'll be gunning for you now.
So Revenant is kind of teased to be the next legend. Now this doesn't mean they'll be released anytime soon. We all made the mistake to think Crypto would be released in season 2, but he wasn't. Respawn seemed to like teasing us with legends super early. So Revenant is very likely to be the third legend. However, there is a small chance they could come in season 3 simply because the 4th season is 1 month longer. Not sure if that's a new design choice or it's simply because of the holiday period. So let's talk more about Revenant. I've never actually covered their leaked abilities on this channel. I'll go over them briefly if you haven't seen that one Mining Guy's in-depth coverage of them. Honestly, I'm the most excited for Revenant. Crypto and Watson's kit were never really something that fit my playstyle, but Revenant potentially offers some things that give more aggressive players something to work with. Now, keep in mind there's a lot to go through here and any of these abilities could change at any point. Once we go past this point, I won't explain it again, but all of this information is extremely subject to change. With that being said, all of Crypto's abilities were accurate with the leaked file at the time of launch. So Revenant was originally called Blackout. Their character subtitle is Nightmare Simulacrum. Revenant has a lot of abilities. The first thoughts are that Revenant has 2 forms and their ultimate allows them to place down a totem that they can use to switch form. So in the first form we have a tracker type legend with abilities like Mark for Death, fire a poison dagger, press again to reveal the target's location for up to 60 seconds. The mark is removed if the target heals to full. And Poison Bomb. Launch a poison bomb, damages and slows target's hit. And Infiltrator. You crouch, walk faster and can climb walls higher. So let's say you drop the Death Totem. Let's look at that first. Death Totem. Drop a totem that protects anyone who uses it from death. Instead of getting killed or downed, you will return to the totem with 20 health. Now, there are 2 lines that explain using the Death Totem for changing your form, so once you enter Shadow form, this is where things get interesting. Shadow Walk. Move silently and faster for 6 seconds. Cooldown resets on kill. Shadow Door. Create a doorway through walls. Doorways last for 5 seconds. And Shadow Step. Send out a Shadow Revenant. Press again to teleport to the shadow. Cooldown resets on kill. If you haven't guessed already, all of these abilities are highly momentum based and highly focused on being aggressive and pushing for kills. The very fact that you can reset the cooldown on some of these just by getting kills is really awesome. Sounds incredibly fun. Now Revenant already has so many abilities, so I'm not sure how they will be balanced at launch, but that's pretty much all we know about them so far. And I really do have an interest behind Revenant's backstory. They are a simulacrum. If you didn't know what that is, let me explain. In the Titanfall universe, they are essentially robotic humanoids, but what makes them interesting is that they are basically digital copies of someone's memories. So this was a human at some point, and then they took their memories and put them into the simulacrum. What's really crazy is their design and also the whole shadow nightmare thing. What happened to them in their real life? I'm sure we'll find their backstory out in the game. So here's a quick overview of the new event format. So this time there won't be any free packs, instead there will be 2 free legendary skins available for completing the challenges. I'll show those on the screen now. So yeah, no random element for free, but the legendary skins are pretty sweet. Now if you want to get some of the new skins from the packs, here is how you can do it. You can either purchase legendaries for 1,800 Apex coins each, so standard price, or 1,000 Apex coins for the epic skins. I know there has been a lot of distaste over this system, but being able to buy them outright is great. And you can also craft them, but you need a lot of materials. It's 2,400 crafting materials for a legendary and 800 for an epic. I do think the values could be dropped a little, because I don't think anybody has saved up that much. I definitely don't know anybody that has. Maybe even 1,500 would be more reasonable, but I guess they want to give this option to players without actually really giving them the option at all, if that makes sense. It's like, hey, you can unlock them for free, but well, actually you can't. I don't know, this is the only thing I disagree with in this new event. Honestly, everything else I can accept. And yes, I can accept the 700 Apex coins price tag for the loot box. That's right, the final way you can unlock these skins is randomly via the Apex loot packs, like I mentioned before. However, it's a bit different this time. You once again have a 50-50 chance to get either an event limited legendary or epic, but you also have a higher chance for other gear. There's no silly currency this time. The 2 other items that drop in the pack will be from the standard loot pool, and you'll get a 10% chance of a legendary, a 20% chance of an epic, and a 70% chance of a rare. So it's like a boosted Apex pack with a guaranteed event item. Now, is $7 for a random skin too much? I think it's arguable, really. Maybe if they made the prices 500 coins, then you could get 2 per $10 pack of Apex coins. Currently, you have to spend at least $10 just to get 1, and you're left with 300 coins. The good news though is that the Lifeline Heirloom is now free. You don't have to spend 3,500 Apex coins on it like with the Bloodhound Heirloom. So here's what I suggest to you guys. If you like a skin or 2 in the latest update, purchase them directly. Don't bother going down the route of opening the packs. Your chances aren't on your side. And if you do want every item though, the whole collection will cost you 16,800 Apex coins. So that will cost you about $150 essentially. This is if you purchase the 6,700 pack, the 4,500 pack, and 1,000 Apex coins pack. By the way, you can of course get the heirloom randomly once the event is over, but the chance is very slim. So for a guaranteed chance, it's going to cost you 500 packs worth, or let's say about 400 packs after considering the free ones from the leveling and battle passes. So that would cost you like $400 in Apex coins. So you're spending $150 instead for a guaranteed chance for a ton of detailed skins and an heirloom, instead of $400 for a guaranteed chance of an heirloom. I don't know, I feel like this is a lot better than people seem to make it out to be. Somehow nobody in the Apex community seems to criticize the heirloom knife itself, even though that's far more predatory than the Iron Crown and this new event. And nobody criticizes the random pack openings from Counter-Strike or even PUBG, which had no chance of getting these items. It was all luck. There was no guaranteed chance, both of which were paid games for a very long time, by the way. I admit the system isn't perfect and it feels kind of shoddy to splash out money for pixels, but you have to understand the economy of it and why it's happening in the first place. I personally do not feel like it's too far-fetched. Let's think about that for a second. This season we have received a new map, a new legend, and we'll be getting the new limited time mode for free. We don't have to pay for it. Ultimately though, you can support the developers by buying the skins, and I do think Respawn's monetization techniques are less of a problem than say Call of Duty's. Well, what about Fortnite? That's the big competitor, right? And everybody seems to point out how their store system is very good. Well, they do have the same technique with pricing skins over the 1,000 V-Bucks price. So if you want a 1,200 skin, you have to buy $20 worth of V-Bucks. The actual cost is less than Apex's though. Most cost 1,200 or 1,500, equaling $15 or $12 as opposed to 18. It's a difference, yes. Could the skins be more reasonably priced? Yes. But I feel like actually in this case, Respawn is doing a lot better than a lot of other gaming companies. So I don't know, it's hard. You can't just criticize them, you have to criticize everybody. It has to be an equal argument, you know? And ultimately, this is just how the gaming industry has gone at this point. There's not much we can do as consumers. It's just, we live in this age where buying a game at full price or DLC just doesn't work. Games are live. They last for many, many months, sometimes years, and to support that, there needs to be some kind of reason for people to spend regular money on the game, and cosmetics is the best way to do it without causing any balancing issues or content issues or playlist shortages because there's not enough people spread out through maps or whatever. I feel like this is the best way to do it. Are the prices too ridiculous for some people? Maybe, but when you think about it, if you want to buy a full game, it costs $60. You can get one battle pass with $10, and that will get you enough Apex coins to keep buying every single battle pass. And then you have $50 left to spend on cosmetics. And then you have essentially a full game's worth invested, and that's enough to get a couple skins, you know? I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. Let me know what you think. I'd love to see what your opinions are. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see you there. Cheerio!